Hey everyone, before we get into the episode, I want to give a quick thanks to a sponsor of this show, Liquid IV. As you know, recently we're all trying to get in better shape and better health, whether that's hydration, working out, eating better. So I started using Liquid IV because it's a category-winning hydration brand fueling your well-being, and their hydration multiplier is one of the best products you're missing in your daily routine. In just one stick, you get 5 essential vitamins and 2 times faster hydration than water alone. Use it first thing in the morning before a workout, when you feel run down, or after a long night out, if you know what I mean. But the things I would say I love about Liquid IV are its convenient packaging, how it makes me feel on a daily basis, the flavors, and how just one packet I can feel great for the whole rest of the day. My favorite flavors are strawberry lemonade, guava, acai berry, and then probably tropical punch. But as I was saying, one stick of Liquid IV and 16 ounces of water hydrates you 2 times faster and more efficiently than water alone. With 3 times the electrolytes of traditional sports drinks, like some other companies that we're not going to mention this ad read, and it's also non-GMO and free from gluten, dairy, and soy. Liquid IV partners with the leading organizations for innovative solutions to help communities protect both their waters and their futures. So, get 20% off when you go to liquidiv.com and use our code POPCORNPOD at checkout. Again, that's 20% off anything you order when you shop Better Hydration today using our promo code POPCORNPOD at liquidiv.com. Ready to shop Better Hydration? Use my link. Again, it is POPCORNPOD, POPCORNPOD, to save 20% off anything you order. Thanks to Liquid IV, and let's get started on this episode. Welcome back, everyone, to episode 98 of the Popcorn Podcast. I'm Tony Cresta. Of course, alongside me, Ryan Fran, as we do every week, we're here to talk about movies and TV. And today it's actually just television.
This is a TV episode.
This is a TV-based episode. We have no news. We have nothing else to talk about except season 4 of Barry and season 4 of Succession, 2 of HBO's and Warner Bros. Biggest properties that they probably have at the moment.
Yeah.
Probably makes them some big money. Both came to an end on Sunday. Yeah, Sunday at 9 o'clock and 10 o'clock because they both went on streaming. And yeah, so we're going to talk about them. But before we get into that, Ryan, how was your week?
It's pretty good. I had a nice Memorial Day weekend with you guys. It was fun. You got there a little late, but worked out.
Yeah, you got to stay longer than all the other kids your age.
Yeah.
They all got sent home. I love that. They were like, yeah, the kids can't stay. And then it was just like, what about Ryan? Ryan's not one of the kids. Ryan's already been on vacation with us.
Yeah.
But no, Memorial Day was really nice. Thanks to our friend. I don't know if they are listening or even listen to the show that often, but they have a very nice house. It was beautiful, and I was actually really sad to come home. And yeah, it was just a really nice, easygoing. Well, not easygoing, very fun weekend. Yeah.
Yeah, it was a good time.
Yeah.
So I'm biting my fingernails because
Phillies split the series in Atlanta, which was nice.
That was nice, except the last game.
The last game wasn't.
Last game was, oh man.
That's the game Harper should have sat out for.
Yeah.
And then, like Covey on the mat, you could have won last night.
Mm-hmm.
At this time, we're in game 1.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
Senga was dealing.
He was dealing. But yeah, so we're here to talk about, as I said, Barry season 4 and Succession season 4. We have not yet reviewed Succession on this channel because at the time I had not watched the show. We did review Barry season 3 last year.
Did we?
Yeah.
Huh.
I think we did.
I don't remember. Maybe we did.
I'm gonna pull it up.
Can't see why we wouldn't, but
oh, maybe we did.
I don't remember doing it. By the way, you see the Phillies post-game concert July 1st? Shaq.
I did see that.
Diesel. He's coming.
Diesel. I guess we haven't talked about Barry. Thought we did talk about it on here. Well, yeah, big fans. We're both big fans of the shows. I think Succession is one. I always think it's hard. It's kind of hard to put a show that only has 4 seasons up there. It's like one of the best shows of all time. But it's definitely might even be in my top 5 of like my favorite shows of all time because I genuinely loved every character. Every season had like a really big defining episode.
Yeah.
But yeah. But we're gonna start with Barry before we do anything else. So, Ryan, before we actually get into what we think about it, So Barry is a comedy / drama. It was on for 4 seasons. It had a 98% on Rotten Tomatoes and 8.4 out of 10 on IMDb, 87% on Google. As for those who didn't know, it was written by Bill Hader, Alex Berg, Emily Heller, Sarah Solmani, and this was on HBO. It was all 30-minute episodes throughout the whole series, even including the finale, which I don't know if it was a good or a bad to stick the same. But quick synopsis of the show is delusion that the thought of taking down another depressed, low-level hitman Barry Berkman seeks a way out. When the Midwesterner reluctantly travels to Los Angeles to execute a hit on an actor who's betting a mobster's wife, little does Barry know that the City of Angels may be his sanctuary. He follows his target into acting class and ends up instantly drawn to the community of eager hopefuls, especially dedicated student Sally, who becomes the object of his affection, while Barry wants to start a new life. As an actor, his handler, Fuchs, has other ideas, and the hitman's criminal past won't let him walk away so easily. Yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
Bill Hader created this show. This was his baby. And I mean, he was great as Barry. I mean, I don't think anyone else could have played Barry. He just fit the character so well.
Yeah.
And he has such great comedic timing.
Mm-hmm.
And but yeah, I think the show got better with time. Like over the years, I think season 3 was ended up being my favorite season, but like I think it probably went 3, 2, 1. I don't know where
Really?
4's really fit in so far
Yeah.
because I did really like 4, and I like all of it. None of them are bad. The whole
No.
show is very good all the way through, unless you ask my dad, who did not like season 3. I like season 3. I like how dark it was, and it wasn't like happy.
Yeah.
But we aren't here to talk about the whole show. We're here to talk about specifically season 4. So Ryan, I will let you go first. What are your initial thoughts on season 4 in the total for Barry?
I mean, season 4, it's kind of my same like half complaint, I guess, about season 3 is how it was a total change of tone from the first 2 seasons, which I absolutely love the first 2 seasons. So it was kind of disappointing to see that they didn't totally stick with that. They made it much, much darker, like you were saying. It was still funny at parts, but the comedy was much more toned down and stuff. So that was always disappointing to me coming off of season 3 and going into season 4. But at the same time, the show was just so good for season 3 and season 4 that I really couldn't be mad at it. It went a different route, but at the same time, it was still really, really well made. The acting was always fantastic. The writing was great. And like you said, I mean, not just Bill Hader's comedic timing, everyone's comedic timing is fantastic. Yeah, Hank's
No ho Hank is what I said.
yeah, he's hilarious. But I think everybody did a great job. It's just yeah, I think my only complaint is that it does feel much much different from the first 2 seasons, and as okay as that is, like I understand why, but I feel like it wasn't. Mm, I don't know. It was a pretty gradual change, especially going from the end of season 3 to season 4. Like yeah, it makes sense to stay that way, but I mean I can't lie. It's totally just preference, but I would have liked to have it feel like season 1 and 2. I think seasons 1 and 2 I still like better than 3 and 4, but still, I mean, one of my favorite shows. It's not running anymore, but it was one of my favorite shows running for years. So, still loved it. Thought it was a great season, and the finale was, not bad, but it definitely took some time to, you know, accept it and appreciate it more from when I first saw it.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think I liked of course. Oh, that was way too close to the mic. I really liked finale. It definitely took some time to like think about it and be like, is this how I wanted the show to end? But I think my main like upside to the entire show, and I'm very picky about this kind of stuff. I think I say it anytime we talk about anything that has kind of like action in it, fight scenes, shooting, anything like that. It needs to look accurate because the Covenant, which I did enjoy. I talked about it on the Film Spotlight episode. But if you're gonna play someone that's knows what they're doing with a weapon, it better look like you know what you're doing with it.
Yeah.
And Bill Hader, right from season 1, knew exactly what he was doing.
Yeah,
Like
that first,
that
the end
first
of the
fight,
first episode, you're like, oh shit,
like
I
he
did
knows
not
what he's
expect
doing,
that. Yeah,
and he does. he does reloads throughout the show. He has jams. So like the whole show is very good with all that kind of stuff. And that's a huge compliment to Bill Hader. And I want to know who did all the stunt work and coordinating with all that choreography, because that's all planned ahead of time. And to do it as well as they did it, even you don't see him shoot as much in season 4, but he does have the one scene where he has to shoot out,
Yeah.
and it looks great. Like it looks exactly how you would do it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's a huge upside to me. And then of course the cast was awesome. Sarah Goldberg as Sally, as we said, Bill Hader as Barry Bergman, Anthony Carrigan as Hank, Henry Winkler, your boy, as Gene Cousineau, and then
that Adam Smasher movie.
yeah, the Adam Smasher movie, and then Stephen Root as Fuchs. He was so good in season 4.
Yeah, he was great the whole way through.
Yeah, and I always said I wanted him to die. Like, that was always like through all the seasons, I was actually pretty happy with the way his story ended. Like I was like, we're gonna spoil the show if you haven't watched it.
Yeah.
This is like us reviewing the whole season, so there's gonna be spoilers. If you haven't seen it, it would be kind of weird if you clicked on this. You haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
But
if you haven't seen it, go watch it.
No, go watch it. It's very good.
Very worth it, and it's a very easy watch. It's 30-minute episodes per season, so it's not super long. It's very easy to get through, and it's so good. So definitely go watch this one.
We're both huge. We are still, even if like we have some complaints here and there, it doesn't mean we both didn't love the show.
Yeah.
Because I mean, it was probably up until I watched Succession. It's probably this or The Boys were my favorite shows on television at the time.
I think mine was Barry.
Yeah, no, I mean Barry's fun now. I mean Bill Hader smashed this.
Yeah.
And I mean, what's the episode? The one take? A bunch of long takes.
Which one is that?
It's the one with the girl.
Oh, Ronnie and Lily?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of the best episodes of TV.
Oh, it's so fun.
I love that episode. It won an Emmy, so that showed exactly why. And I mean, the directing in the show was so good. The way that the camera would move, like during certain sequences, it just felt very natural. It looked great. And I liked how they would use, calling the Sopranos here, I like how they would kind of use like dreams and stuff like that to show like how PTSD is kind of different between everyone. But you get to see Barry does have PTSD throughout the show.
Yeah.
And he's a broken person at this point, and he's been kind of coerced into this life
by Fuchs.
Yeah,
who's just
an evil dude.
Yeah.
But he accepts his faults too at the end of the show.
He does. Yeah, I think that, to just get into the finale, but I think, like you said, you were fine with how Fuchs' story ended. That was the thing that I really needed to think about more, and I think I still don't love it. I wanted more from it, but I understand what it was. I understand that he still, like, deep down, maybe love isn't the right word, but he still cared about Barry a lot, and this was kind of his final way of being like making it even. He saved his kid, took care of him, not took care of him, but he saved him from the firefight and brought him back to Barry. This was kind of his apology in a way. So I understand why it happened. I think I still just wanted just like one last conversation between those two. Yeah, just something a little bit more.
I've stopped putting my mic down when because I'm trying not to let you pick up on this.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to
putting it on the table.
Yeah.
Smacking it.
But no, I mean, it would have been nice to have them, but I kind of feel like maybe they were like, so much has happened between them.
Yeah.
That like
it was just an unspoken, like they understood.
Like the nod that he gave them.
Yeah.
And then to see how much Barry had changed in the time jump, like he was such a big believer in God all of a sudden. Like,
oh yeah.
All that stuff. I loved every time he was listening to a podcast. Mm-hmm. Getting this cameo by Bill Burr.
Yeah.
Locally.
That last prayer he did before he goes in.
I felt that. I was like,
I'm gonna die tonight. I was like, oh shit.
I thought he was. You had both said it. That's how we thought the show would end. We thought he would get killed in a firefight.
Mm-hmm.
But he never shoots a gun in this episode.
No.
And I think that was kind of like Bill Hader's last, like, haha, fuck you, I got you again.
Yeah.
Like going against what everyone expects to happen.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Henry Winkler, that dude deserves an Emmy. That dude's so good. And then everything came to a head at the end of the show. Like,
yeah,
everyone's story kind of ended. Like, maybe we wanted a little bit more, like you wanted more out of Fuchs, but like everyone's story does come to an end. Like,
yeah.
You know where everything's ending off.
Except what happened to Sally at the end?
She left. She took
She just well, yeah,
took
she
John.
does just leave, but I
You
don't
see
know.
them again.
No, you do see him. I kind of forgot you see him in the hotel together. Yeah, because I was trying to think like when was the last thing, and the last thing I remembered was her crawling out from behind the thing.
No, then you see her when she's older
Yeah, I remember you see her in the.
in the car
Yeah.
driving. And
Wait, do you?
yeah, after she's a teacher.
Oh shit! I completely forgot about that
Yeah, their
ending. Oh
story
my god.
ends.
Yeah, no, you're right.
And this show,
How the hell did I forget about
yeah,
that? I have
that's like
no idea.
the
That
biggest
just
scene probably.
completely skipped my mind.
That's a very important
I
sequence.
mean, that's the whole end of the show.
Yeah.
I was just stuck on the scene where Barry goes to Kusano's house, and I was like, that's the end of the show.
That's the end of Barry's
Yeah.
part of the show. Um no, but I mean every week I was super excited to see where the show's going. And then we saw the time jump together
Yeah.
and we were both like, what the heck? I thought it was a dream and ended up not being. But I give them all the credit, Peter Berg and Bill Hader, because that is a big swing to take in your final season.
Totally.
To be like, you know what? We're just gonna do it. We're gonna do like a
Yeah.
8-year, 9-year time jump.
Mhm.
Out of nowhere. There's like no like hint that it's gonna happen.
Especially after building up the whole first part of the season
Yeah.
of like, you know, Moss's dad is hunting down Barry. He wants to find him. Kusano is trying to help, trying to like tell the story away, and then you just go 8 years later. You just
Yeah.
completely, not completely, but get rid of a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, no.
So.
And then a lot of people kind of assume Barry's just gone the win, like there's nothing left. Maybe he's dead.
Yeah.
And he, of course, we know as the audience that he's not. But it was just, I liked seeing how everything changed over that time.
Mm-hmm.
Like Daniel Day's still in retirement, just been out of the work.
Yeah.
Mark Wahlberg's still acting.
Mm-hmm.
But it was just, I don't know. I was very pleased with the end. Maybe I would have liked a little bit more. I was really hoping we get like an hour-long finale, like bring everything together, like bring everything to a head. But it doesn't mean I didn't enjoy it. I still love the show. I think Bill Hader really proved himself as a director, a writer, and actor. Like because everyone always knows Bill Hader as a comedian. That's
Yeah.
what he did. He worked on SNL for years, and he wanted to make this, and he did. And I mean, it's critically acclaimed. Audiences love it. It's not badly reviewed on anything. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a success. And he did a great job. And I'm super sad that it's over because this show was the best thing like to watch because it wasn't as like with Succession. It's always an hour-long episode.
Yeah.
So you can never like really binge into it unless you really just sit down and lock yourself in for it.
Yeah.
Well, Barry, you could watch them endlessly.
Mm-hmm.
It's much more like fun. It's comedic. It's dark. It's violent. Like it has everything.
Yeah.
So I think that's like my whole thing with the show. I think it has everything you want. And I mean, it's some of the best side characters in all of television.
Yeah, totally.
NoHo Hank will go down as a top 10 character for me. I love him in this show. Even though I will say that is a complaint of the fourth season.
Yeah.
It was my least favorite Hank. I think I was just angry.
Yeah, no, you were very
about
angry.
how things went down. But
big Cristobal guy.
I am a big Chris. I love Cristobal, which sadly Cristobal gets killed, and Hank kind of flourishes from that.
Yeah, I mean Hank didn't want it to happen though, but he just kind of Cristobal couldn't leave. He tried to get him to stay, and then he was very sad.
But he knew what was going to happen.
No, yeah, he absolutely knew, but he didn't want it to happen.
He did kill Cristobal. He might not have been the one that shot the round.
He probably told his guys like if he leaves, he has to die. But yeah,
What a good show. God, I'm so sad it's over. And is The Boys ending after this season?
I have no idea.
God,
I thought it was, but I don't know.
Please don't end all of my shows at once. Can you imagine Succession, Barry, and The Boys end in the same year?
It'd be crazy.
I mean, that's like all of the top shows on TV right now.
Yeah.
Ted Lasso, which I know some people aren't loving the newest season, but it's still one of the biggest shows on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, biggest shows because it's not on TV, it's streaming. But yeah, did you have a favorite episode from this season?
I don't know.
Yeah, I had all the episodes up.
Oh, I think all the episodes were kind of fairly even this season. Like, it was just I don't know. It was just a solid season altogether. It wasn't my favorite one, but it was a solid season and a solid ending.
I think episode 2 was my favorite.
Yeah. I think maybe 7 if I had to pick one.
7 was a really good
Just because
episode.
just the scene of Hank shooting the rocket at Fuchs' house.
That
It's
was
like,
so
really, bro,
funny.
one rocket?
And that was just the one long take of him driving away.
So funny.
You hear him throw himself down the hill,
Yeah.
and then the woman invites him to the house.
You only got us one rocket. You said to cut down costs.
Not, I meant like pencils and
Like
stuff like.
office supplies.
I did. Wait, when did he get out of prison? Was that 2 or
Gets
3?
out. I don't know. It might be 4.
Was that? Oh yeah, he does. No, he's already escaped at that point. It says Barry's escape from prison affects everyone around him.
Hmm.
Yeah, no, I think it's 3. I just loved him getting out.
Oh yeah, that shootout was pretty cool.
Just
Because it
that
definitely
guy's here to kill me.
Yeah.
What? No, it's one of Bill's guys. No, no, he's not.
Yeah, it's the perfect Barry scene of just like things going to shit so out of nowhere, but
For
it's still
everyone in
funny.
the room.
Yeah.
This is for NoHo Hank.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was just such a funny show.
Yeah.
And they definitely it became much more subtle humor. What you were saying.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't know. Is it season 3 when he kills his friend?
No, that's season 1.
That's 1.
Like the Marine guy he's with.
The one that he's like, I won't say anything. I won't say
I'm
anything.
pretty sure that's season 1.
No, because that's after the warehouse, isn't it? It's the warehouse season.
Yeah.
No way. No, I don't believe
I'm pretty
it.
sure.
Look.
I'm fairly certain it is season 1.
Frustrated Barry missing the acting class to honor an obligation. There's no way. I don't. Is it after Ronnie? Is it before Ronnie and Lily?
Yeah.
I thought he shot his friend in season 3.
Yeah, season 1, episode 7.
Wow. And then, of course,
Yeah, because remember they're doing the Macbeth show, and he comes back after doing it, and he comes out like fully crying, and he does the line.
Oh yeah, he's in the room with Sally.
Yeah.
Man, that is a great scene. Why'd you fucking say that?
It's a terrifying scene.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
And then when his buddy finds him in season 3, I love his buddy that was in Afghanistan with him, the one that calls him to shoot the guy.
Whatever happened to that guy?
He let him go.
I would. That's what I thought season 4 was gonna be. Maybe like him trying to prosecute or something. I don't know.
No, because he told Barry, he's like, this needs to stop. He's like, I'll let you go. He's
Yeah.
like, but this has to stop. He said, because then he said something like, if this continues, I will come back. Yeah, because remember they're standing where he was buried in the bodies.
Yeah.
They just have the conversation.
Dude, that was a great opening, season 3. He's like, no, I think I forgive him. He's like, what? You can't forgive him. He just kills both of them.
Oh, when they're in the grave and he's having like the full blown
He's
conversation.
like, no, I think I forgive him. You're okay. We won't say anything.
There definitely was that tonal shift going into the 3rd season.
Yeah.
Because there was no more music anymore.
Yeah. Just from the first shot of him just standing in like it's dusk and he's all disheveled.
Yeah, he has the beard all of a sudden.
Yeah.
And then he like snaps on Sally.
Mm-hmm.
I do love the 3rd season. I kind of like I kind of always looked at it as like how it changed, like kind of like Harry Potter. It kind of like grew up.
No, I completely
never.
understand.
That's not a dark show. But.
Yeah, I completely understand like how it got darker and why it got darker. I just think seasons 1 and 2 were so much fun to watch
because they were just straight up comedy.
Yeah,
that
it was
had
just straight
drama.
Fun with a little bit of drama not a little bit, but drama every once in a while. And then 3 and 4 were much more dramatic with comedy every once in a while.
I did like when he tried to get in the car in the finale with all the guns on.
Yeah,
because I've thought about that. Like when you get into like a Humvee or something, like your M4 and bump something, like God damn it. He was loaded. He was ready to go.
Yeah.
He spent so much money.
Yeah.
Then
you see, like we were talking in the car over here, like you see it, you expect him to go in there and just have a full-on shootout, and then that doesn't happen. You're like, oh, what the hell? And then
you find out the movie gets
made, and his son's watching it, and it goes through, and the movie shows you what
How
everyone
what
was
you
expecting.
wanted to see.
Yeah, it shows them going through a whole shootout, and then they go back to the theater where it all started, and they have the final showdown there, and it's everything. And then, dude, me and you both went like, "Holy shit!" when it said he got
He
buried
got
at Arlington with
yeah,
full
full
honors.
honor. Gene Kuznos is serving a life
Yeah,
sentence. I just love it because it's exactly what the whole show was. It just turned everything on its head.
yeah,
Barry ends up being the good guy
yeah.
in the end of everything.
Barry is not a good guy.
No, he's definitely not. But I loved the like we knew Barry was gonna die. It's kind of like okay, I'm gonna spoil another show. Oh wait, no, I don't know if you've watched the end of the show I'm about to mention.
I don't know. Barry's death was great though. Oh wow.
Yeah, because like he goes to see Gene because he thinks that's where Sally and John are, but they're not there. But Gene is waiting there, and Gene's gonna kill himself first off, and then he hears Barry, and I thought he was still gonna kill himself the way he was sitting,
Mm-hmm.
and then he eventually shoots Barry in the shoulder. He sits back in the chair. He looks at Gene, he's like, "Oh wow!" And Gene just shoots him one more time between the eyes.
Yeah. What were you gonna mention? Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
I watched that
So you
with
do
you.
know how it ends?
I watched
Okay.
it with you. Yeah.
So I feel like it's kind of like Sons of Anarchy. I'm gonna spoil this for everyone. So if you don't want to know what happens, skip ahead like 20 seconds.
I mean, context clues. I think they can figure it out all right.
Yeah,
But
and I mean,
whatever.
it's not really spoiling. The show's been out. The finale's been out for 10 years. Or 11 years at this point. But it's like some characters have to die. Like there's no redemption anymore.
Yeah, like they've gone too far where it's like, all right, even they're like, all right, it's time.
You gotta watch Sons of Anarchy, dude.
I do. Yeah.
You have Hulu no ads now. I thought.
No.
You don't?
No, I have ads.
You do? So you
Yeah.
have commercials for Attack on Titan?
Yeah, it sucks.
Yeah, it does suck.
That's why I want to watch it at your
Do you
house.
just want to log into my Hulu?
Yeah,
I'll tell you I'll figure out my Hulu and just send it to you. Matt has my HBO.
perfect.
How he
I
watches
will
everything.
happily steal your Hulu.
I just want you to watch Sons because
Yeah.
I mean,
Guess what? We won't have to pay for it too, like Netflix.
yeah,
Yeah.
we hate
Did
you.
you see Amazon's tweet about that?
Yeah. You see the Houston Astros tweet the other day about
No.
the A's?
Oh yeah,
10 runs
10
in front
runs
of
to the
tens
10
of
fans.
fans. There was no need.
So
There's no need to attack that. Hey, they have more. I swear, it looks like they have more fans than the Tigers ever do.
Tigers are nuts,
Tigers
too.
never. Did you see their one attendance?
No,
It was like 300 people.
really?
It was the game Matt really made that crazy catch.
Mm.
There was like 300 people at the stadium.
I guarantee you, when Miggy retires, it's going down by 50%.
Oh, I think he meant his final home game. I was like, that game will sell. out.
Oh yeah, no, that will.
No,
When he's
this,
gone, it's
there's
over.
nothing left. Who do you got? Nick Maton, superstar Nick Maton, and captain Matt Vierling.
God. I do miss Fairling though.
I miss Maton more than Vierling.
Mayton was
I love
fun
him.
because he would just come in and be like, "Please do something."
And then he would hit like a home run. He killed Sandy Alcantara though. He had
Mhm.
4 home runs off that guy,
Crazy.
and he had 2 of them in one game. But back to Barry. It's sad that like it's always so sad when a show ends, but it's not as sad. Like this is what I always think will hurt this and Succession in the long run. 4 seasons it's always hard to put something with only 4 against like all the other big timers.
Yeah.
Like television, like The Sopranos, Game of Thrones, even Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, which only have like 5 and 6 seasons.
Yeah.
So like even I feel like 5's kind of like the number where you can start being like this is the greatest show of all time.
Yeah.
But I'm happy they didn't overstay their welcome because who knows? Maybe The Boys season 4 is it 4 coming out? 5.
Is it 4?
It's definitely at least 4.
I forget. Yeah, I
But-
forget if this one was 3 or 4.
No, this one was 3 that just happened.
Was it?
Yeah, I just realized I forgot our one episode title is season 3 Boys review.
Gotcha.
Boys season 3 review. But who knows? Maybe a show like that might overstay its welcome. I would be shocked. That show's been nothing but great.
Yeah.
And so maybe that's the best thing because I don't know how much more we talked about after season 3 with Barry. There wasn't much more you could do.
Yeah.
Like this kind of had to be it. And Bill Hader said it after season 2, right? He was like, it's gonna be 3 and 4.
I think so. Yeah, because I think he said he wrote them both during COVID.
Yeah, like together they wrote them.
Yeah. Which I mean, same thing with Succession. It's like they both probably could have done more with them, and maybe that would have helped their case to be in that greatest show of all
But
time
maybe those seasons
conversation.
are good.
Yeah,
They
exactly.
try and force
Yeah,
something.
and they've both said this was the natural conclusion. They were ready to end the show, and this is how they wanted to end it. So, I
I have respect for that because like you
Yeah,
could go for
totally.
the money and do more, and maybe it doesn't hold
Yeah.
up.
Same thing with Breaking Bad.
Yeah,
What's his name? Gilligan was offered like apparently crazy money if he kept it going, and he was like, "No, I'm
but yeah, like it's a
this
natural
season 5."
ending.
Yeah,
And as much as I'm not a huge Breaking Bad, but like I respect the show. Great finale, great ending to the whole sequence. And then I think the movie makes it even better. El
oh,
Camino.
I love El Camino. Yeah,
And then I have to watch Better Call Saul, but I mean, everyone says it's a good finale, so
yeah.
I know you don't love it.
It was like Barry, where it's like I wanted to see more, but I totally get it. Like I don't dislike it. It's
You
just
just wanted something a
yeah,
little
I
more
wanted
juicy.
something different, but the ending makes total sense. I totally get it.
Yeah. Well, hey, congrats to Bill Hader. I mean, he killed it. This is going. He's going to get more opportunities to direct. He's going to get more opportunities to write after the whole strike is over.
Yeah,
Oh, did you hear about Ryan Reynolds with Deadpool?
yeah. You can't.
Can't improvise lines.
Yeah,
That's not a good thing.
yeah, it does suck.
I feel like that's the best part of it, the movies,
Hmm.
because you know when something's improvised.
Yeah, you can't change the script at all anymore
Yeah.
legally.
Until the strike's over.
Yeah.
So if the strike ends, then he can go back to improvise.
Hmm.
But if the movie comes out before the strike, because they are filming at the
Yeah.
moment. But yeah, is there anything else you wanted to add to Barry?
No, I think it's still one of the one of my favorite shows of all time. Definitely. And I think seasons 3 and 4 were still really, really great television. As much as I like the first two just a little bit better, I still think the show as a whole is fantastic.
Yeah,
Just
no,
everything.
I agree. I think it stays consistent the whole way through, and I don't think there's anything else you can really ask for from a television show.
Yeah. And it just does things so differently. Like even just the way like characters are framed, just it's you can tell, you can just see a frame of somebody standing there, even like an extra, and be like, "Oh yeah, that's from Barry." Like it just looks so different
It
from
has a
every other
very
show.
God damn, I did it again. It has a very distinct look.
Yeah.
Like the cinematography, the lens, like
Hmm.
everything's it's very cinematic to me for a TV show.
Yeah,
And
I
it's
agree.
like what you're saying, it's very specific to Barry. While Succession, which we'll talk about next, is also I feel like you could show me like a frame.
Yeah.
I'd be like that's Succession.
Yeah. It has that kind of like handheld camera type thing where you'd be like, "Oh, that's from A or B." But like Barry is you see a frame and you're like, "Oh, that's from Barry."
Yeah, and then just like Breaking Bad, it has the very specific coloring,
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. But I mean, I think Barry can hold up over time. Like people rewatching it, people watching it for the first time. I recommend this show to every single person. Like it's definitely the best Hitman thing I've ever watched.
Yeah, because it's so different. Like we were
Yeah,
saying, like with the ending, it's just not what you're expecting. When you see a hitman thing, you don't expect him to be a moron who just wants to become an actor.
it's so
Like
funny.
it's so great.
And NoHo Hank, I mean, I already said it. He will go down as one of my favorite television characters of all time.
Yeah,
He's just so funny.
he is fantastic.
But yeah, ready to move on to the next show.
Yeah.
So moving on from Barry, we are now moving into Succession, season 4. And again, if you haven't seen it, please go watch Succession. It's one of the best made shows and most best acted shows of all time.
Yeah.
So please go watch it before you listen to us talk, because this season, I feel like you could have always talked about the other shows and spoiled things, and it would have been fine.
Hmm.
This season, I feel like you couldn't really
Yeah.
get
This
around
season
spoiling it.
pretty big.
I just saw a thing. What did it say? Variety magazine wrote Succession 4 was a mess until the series finale.
What?
No,
No, that's
I
just not
love
true at
season
all.
4.
Yeah, I thought season 4 was really really great.
Yeah, I don't know what's the best season. I just know 2 is quote unquote the weakest.
See, I thought 3 was the weakest. Just for
Is
me.
that what it is?
Yeah.
We agreed on that. I thought it was 2 again.
I thought 3 was the
3 is because
weakest.
shorter,
Yeah,
right?
it is shorter.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
think it's only 9 episodes, so not that much shorter. But
2 has
yeah.
decent. My favorite episode doesn't.
I did love the finale to 3 though, because you just see Tom walk in, you're like, holy shit.
Oh yeah, no, two's my favorite. Yeah, because DC, and then this is not for tears when they're on the boat.
Yeah, 2 might be.
2 is so.
I mean,
goddamn
2
good.
or 4, honestly. 4 was
4
so
was so,
good.
and one felt the most different.
Yeah.
because Adam McKay was much more involved early on, and then I think he something I was reading he left
Yeah.
after a certain part, but 2 and 4 was so goddamn good.
Yeah. It was really, really great. I mean, the finale episode just
It's an hour and 30 minutes. That's insane.
yeah.
And what
It
James
was a movie.
yeah, and James Gunn
Uh,
even said like that changed what you can do
Yeah.
now.
Did you see the Instagram post James Gunn
Yeah,
posted with him
him
and
and
his
his
brother?
brother recreating the shot.
Yeah.
Dude.
I think this one took me even longer to like think about than Barry, because this one was just so much more impactful. I feel like just because it was a longer show, obviously not season
But
wise, but
length, like it
yeah, it's
felt long
10
because
hour
it is.
long
Yeah,
episodes. It is longer. So just the way it ended, I still don't love it. But again, like I get it. You know what I mean?
yeah, like it's not again like what you wanted,
Yeah.
but it makes
I'm
sense
fine
on
with
how it
what
ends.
happened. I don't love how it happened because it just felt like there was more that needed to be said before
What happens?
what happened.
Yeah,
At the very end. Like the episode as a whole, great. The very, very end.
like the final like 10 minutes.
The meeting at the end,
Yeah,
the whole climax of the show, what that certain character does. It felt
out of left field.
yeah.
It was it. This felt like the most full circle season series finale ever because it felt exactly like it did back in season 1 for a second.
Yeah.
Like when you're saying that boardroom and Kendall brings up the vote and you're just like, no,
Yeah.
this is like you wanted it so bad
Not
in season
again.
1, not again. But so quickly breaking down the reviews for the show and then the synopsis. Succession is sitting at a 95% on Rotten Tomatoes, which is lower than Barry was.
Yeah.
But it has a higher IMDb score with an 8.9 out of 10. It has an 86 on Google, which makes sense. Google maybe having it a little bit below Barry because I always feel like Barry's a lot more fun. Succession is very stressful and
Yeah.
makes me bite all of my nails off. But a quick synopsis of the entire show of Succession. Although he has no plans to step aside as the head of the Waystar Royco, the international media conglomerate controlled by his family, aging patriarch Logan Roy is contemplating what the future holds. He has lingered in the limelight longer than even he thought he would, and now family members want to run the company as they see fit. Despite a best laid succession plan, tempers flare over Logan's intentions. Kendall Roy, Logan's eldest son from his second marriage, a division president at the firm, is the heir apparent. As Kendall attempts to solidify his eventual takeover, he and his 3 other Roy children face a difficult choice as a company control and family loyalties collide. This was again written by Jesse Armstrong, Georgia Pritchett, and Jonathan Glazer. Its executive producer was also Jesse Armstrong and Adam McKay, and Mark Lloyd was the main director of the show. He directed the most episodes at the end, and he also helmed the finale. And Mark Lloyd's episodes tended to be my favorite episodes of the show, especially his penultimates. I always really liked because DC is my favorite episode still of the whole show,
Yeah.
and I think it's one of my favorite episodes of television. And I mean, everyone knows I didn't watch the show. I hadn't watched it. Ryan kept hyping it up to me. I was like, it can't be that good. You were right. I mean, it's oh very loud, but I mean, it might be the best written show I've ever watched.
It's certainly up there, definitely.
And I mean, the castings, no one missed.
Everybody was perfect. Everybody played their role to perfection. This is genuinely one of the, if nothing else, it might be the best acted show of all time.
I mean, I'm like 3 rows down into the actors, and like Danny Hudson, who played Jamie. He was Logan's finance advisor. He's not in it very much,
Yeah.
but he runs like all of his finances. And when they're first coming up with seeing if they want to sell to Pierce,
Mm-hmm.
he's the one that's like, oh, I don't know if you should do this. Like even that far down, I'm still finding like actors. Scott Nicholson who played Colin,
Yeah.
so good.
I mean, Stephen Root, he's in like
3 episodes,
5 minutes
maybe.
of the entire show, and he was one of the best parts of Barry too. So it's just that level of acting skill
Yeah.
that just drew so many people to this show.
And the writing and just how good the show was. Holly Hunter, she played Jarell. She was kind of working with the Pierce case. She's in BVS. She's the governor in BVS who the peas left on her.
Oh, right.
I
Yeah.
loved her. She was good in the show.
Yeah. What's her name?
Yeah, Rob
Start with
Yang
an
was
R.
Lawrence, the guy from Vout. When we were wondering who Lawrence was, it was the guy from season 1.
There's so many names. I forget already.
Adrian Brody.
Yeah, Adrian Brody was good.
Lay 1 episode.
Yeah.
And he's phenomenal in that 1 episode. He's someone that he needs more credit than what he got. Like, people always he's done some bad movies, don't get me wrong. The dude can act.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the best villain in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah.
And then, Lady Gil, awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Like, every single, except for Hugo. I hate you, Hugo. Arian Moyoid, he plays Stewie. Yeah, I mean, I said to you, he's one of my favorite characters. And he takes a very big step back after season 2.
Yeah, I don't think he's in 3 very much.
No, I think
If at all.
it's always background more than anything.
It's always like our Sandy and Stewie on this, and I just talk about him, but he's not in it all the time. But until he shows up, and he's a fun character.
He's always so funny, and he's like a slimy dude.
And he's always addict. Yeah, he's one of those guys who he's a huge board seat. He's a huge player, but he always plays it down. Then he's like, yeah, I'm just a chill guy. And then he's just everybody's stressing over him because he's so important.
And he's so smart about everything. He'll never he never shows his hand too much on what he wants to do about it. Willa, Justine Lupe, so goddamn good. I mean, I'm gonna keep saying it. Every single person in this show, so good.
Yeah.
And that standout and didn't come until late into the show is Alexander Skarsgård as Lucas Masson.
Yep.
Straight up villain. He's an evil dude.
Yeah.
Does some really weird things for girls too.
Yeah. Especially, I mean, the first time you meet him at Kendall's party, I'm pretty sure that's the first time.
Yeah, it's
not the first time he's mentioned, but it's the first time you see him. Yeah.
And right away,
you're like, oh, this guy's a douchebag.
But you love him right away. You're like, God, he's gonna be so much fun to watch.
So good. And the more you find out about the character, like you were saying, the stuff he does for his assistant Ebba,
that he's obsessed with.
Yeah, he's like sending her blood and stuff. You're like, what the hell? Yeah. And then you find out that even with his company, he's making up numbers in certain places. He didn't even come up with the idea. He just
no, people showed it to him.
Yeah,
and he's just so charismatic that he could carry it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's not even a programmer. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Ebba says it. It was so good to see Alan Ruck. He's Connor. He's a big part of the show. But in total, his career, he's been very he did Ferris Bueller, which is huge, and then does small things here and there, and then he gets to be a consistent side character of one of the biggest shows ever.
One of the funniest characters in the show too.
So goddamn funny.
I mean,
everyone's funny in the show.
Yeah, but Connor is so funny because every time he's in the scene, you're like, "Oh God, what the hell is he gonna say now?"
Like when they were doing in the finale. I don't want to jump to that yet. Mm. I am very excited to see what Nicholas Braun does. Greg, I'm excited to see what he does in his career from now on. I mean, Kieran Culkin as Roman. He was probably my favorite character from season 4 because I feel like they let him show off his acting chops. Yeah. And I mean Matthew McFadden, people have been saying that for the last couple seasons. Mm-hmm. He's just been as Tom Wamsgans, however you pronounce it. Just everyone. I mean, it's sad that they didn't want to work together anymore. A lot of the people had kind of issues with Jeremy Strong's method acting and how he took on the show. But I mean, it worked. Dude was great.
Worked, yeah. Kendall's amazing.
Sarah Snook, I mean.
Yeah. Dude, I love the scene where they were making fun of Kendall. And they were basically 100%, they were just making fun of Jeremy Strong.
Yeah, they were ad-libbing it.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Brian Cox, what can you say about the performance of Logan Roy? I mean, that will be the role that defines him. He's done 100 things. Yeah. But he's Brian Cox. He's Logan Roy now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the reason he took home the Emmys.
No, I mean, Logan Roy is he's one of the best TV characters ever.
And he's just
he's just one of the best villains, one of the smartest, and one of the scariest characters too, because every time somebody has to go talk to him and be
everyone's
serious,
terrified about it.
Everyone's terrified of him. You just don't want to talk to this guy.
I think I'm more sad that this is over.
Yeah.
I think I was ready for Barry to end. Like, not in a bad way. Like, I just felt like it was kind of like hitting its point. I just wanted more of Succession. Like, the hour and 30 minutes didn't feel like enough for me.
Yeah,
Like,
it's just so much fun. Even if you can, I saw somebody say this on like Instagram or something. But even if you could not understand a single word they say in the business aspect and still love this show.
because still, the way they explain, they let you in to understand. Like, this is a big deal.
Yeah,
Pay attention.
yeah. But then they have these like very specific words and like all these different things they say, and you're like, I don't know what the hell they're talking about, but I'm loving it because it's just so
'Cause
much
I'm
fun to watch.
terrified of what's gonna happen next.
Yeah, because just the character you can see, like, I mean, this is another thing with the acting. You can see it on everyone's face, whether it's important or funny or scary or some shit's about to go down.
Unless
and
you're
you
looking
just-
at Roman,
Yeah, you just gotta
because he's always
buckle up.
giggling somewhere.
Yeah.
It's the best part about watching the show is paying attention to the background.
Yeah.
Because seeing like what they do, like when they're not the main character in frame,
Mm-hmm.
Roman's always like touching things and laughing. And he
Yeah.
always sits on table. Like he does it in the finale, and it's actually a huge moment. But
Yeah.
he just
Or you can just look back at extras and they're just like staring at them, like,
Yeah.
what the hell are they doing?
because they as Roman tells me, he's like, we're bullshit. We're nothing.
Yeah.
And the whole time you want, it's so weird because at one point you want everyone to lose. Like you really
Yeah.
do it. Every character has that moment where you're like,
Everybody
I don't
has
like
their
you.
lowest moments,
yeah,
and everybody has their highest where you're rooting for them. But
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't know. Actually, I might have to take that back. I don't think I ever rooted for Siobhan.
Really? I think
I'm more rooted for her and Tom to figure it out.
yeah.
I don't think I ever rooted for her.
I think it was the beginning of season 2 when Logan offers it to her. He's like,
I didn't want her to have it.
I think at the time I did because it was like Kendall had just, killed the kid and gotten back on
I
drugs.
remember
And
texting you
Roman,
about that.
yeah. You're like, oh my
I was like,
God.
he killed a kid.
Yeah. And I think Roman was on his Roman bullshit. So I was like, yeah, Shiv's the best
Being
choice.
the best character
Yeah.
ever.
I was like, he cannot run a company right now.
and they say that's a continuing theme is that he can't.
Yeah.
He could never be the head.
Yeah, but that was Shiv's thing. Is like, you would root for her for a second, be like, yeah, she's objectively probably the best choice right now, but then it just goes straight to her head, and she is a bitch to everyone. There's no other way to say it. She's just everything good that happens to her goes straight to her head,
and she thinks she's the smartest person in the room.
Yeah, but she
never
very rarely is.
Not saying that she's not smart because she is a very smart character, but like she always, Kendall overplays his hand.
Mm-hmm.
Siobhan thinks she knows too much, and Roman's just a delinquent.
Roman just doesn't give a
Not
shit.
even delinquent. He's just trauma.
Yeah,
he's walking trauma.
Mhm.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I think Roman and Tom carry season 4 though. Like it's
No, I
on
agree.
their shoulders.
I totally.
And
agree.
then Skarsgård though, like everyone. It's just
Skarsgård was great, but watching. I mean, my favorite part of the season was watching Roman just
crack.
evolve and just be like, yeah, I pre-grieved, I'm fine, and then finally
Just snaps.
crap. Oh man.
And I mean, this season probably had my second favorite episode in the entire show.
Which one?
I'm gonna tell you the name in a second.
What, episode 3 or episode 8?
3.
3.
3. I think it's right behind DC. What's 8?
I thought
Oh,
was
8 was so goddamn good.
Yeah.
4 just had some banging episodes.
I think 4 was amazing. Yeah.
Because even Kendall's birthday season 3. Yeah, because that's when he meets Skarsgård.
Yeah.
That's a good episode.
Mm-hmm.
Living Plus is a good episode.
Plus was great. I think Kill List was that the one where Roman tells
That's when he
Skarsgård to go fuck himself?
Yeah, that's a banger.
I think that might be my favorite episode.
That is a great. Just this whole season is so goddamn good.
Yeah.
I mean, even the first episode when they're all working together and stuff like that, like you get so excited.
Yeah.
The rehearsal episode is so much fun.
And yeah, it's just that's what the show did so well was putting these characters in just all the greatest episodes were when the characters were together for a reason. It wasn't just like, oh, it's a day at the office. It's like it's the election, it's a wedding, it's a funeral, it's something huge is going down, and watching these characters talk to each other was the most entertaining part of it. That's the dude. HBO with weddings just never misses.
I'm just starting to think HBO doesn't miss.
I mean, yeah, true, but
Can you? I guess The Idol, which hasn't even come out yet, and it's being panned. Julie Rose
right.
Depp's show with The
Yeah.
Weeknd, and
Yeah.
everyone's saying that she's great in it. It's just that's just straight softcore porn.
Yeah.
But I mean, even Euphoria is not for everyone. It's really not. Season one's. I really enjoyed season 2, and I thought the finale was really good. But season 1 I've talked about this before was just way too much. But still, the show still takes home Emmys.
Yeah, people love it.
Still puts up numbers.
Yeah.
White Lotus, one of the biggest shows right now.
Yeah.
I mean, HBO is just. I think it's just the best streaming, not just streaming, but like TV show company.
And they always have these sleeper hits, like White Lotus.
Like
where
no one would have said White Lotus is going to be what it is.
Yeah, I didn't even know about it until this last season that came out, and then everybody was talking about it. Still haven't watched it, but
The Last of Us,
yeah, Last of Us,
House of Dragon, of course.
Yeah.
Game of Thrones,
Game of Thrones in general,
The Wire,
Sopranos.
The Sopranos, Perry Mason. Oh, God, Your Honor. The Bryan Cranston.
Is that HBO?
Yeah.
I thought that was AMC.
No, AMC is Better Call Saul and
Oh, I know Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, I thought it was on HBO.
I almost said Severance. I forgot that's Apple.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for that show to come out.
Yeah,
You gotta watch Severance.
I do have to watch
That
that.
show. Talk about
Well,
a trippy ass show.
I got some openings for this summer because I thought Attack on Titan was going to be my summertime show, and I'm gonna finish
10
it.
episodes.
I mean, I've watched the entire show in like a week.
I want you
very
to to tell everyone that I was right.
Yeah, I was not. I was very skeptical. I'm like, I'm not gonna like this whole anime mumbo jumbo. I watched the
Sat
first.
in my basement with your mouth wide open for a good 7 straight minutes.
I watched the first like 2 episodes. I was like, all right,
This
show
is my
might be
life for
pretty
now.
good.
Dude, season 4 is nuts in that show too.
Yeah,
Are you on Aaron Yeager's side?
I'm still in the middle.
I'm full blown Aaron Yeager. Like that man can do no wrong.
I'm like, this guy, listen, he's not exactly wrong,
but
but
the way
he's not the
doing
best guy.
No, it's the way he's doing it might be the
Yeah.
issue.
He is.
Oh my god, wait, where are you at? What just happened?
Oh my god. Let me just open Hulu real fast.
While you're doing that, I'll talk about more Succession. So, for those who don't know, this if you're this far in the episode, you don't know, I'm about to drop the spoiler, like the biggest thing.
Mhm.
So, I'll give you like 2 seconds, 3 seconds to walk
I'm
away.
on episode 12.
What happened? That's what I'm asking.
The last one was 11. Trapped. I'm just gonna read the description of 11. Trapped on the world's most dangerous island, Falco and Gabi will do anything to survive. Elsewhere, the public demands answers when it learns the savior of parody has been detained.
Oh, I know exactly where you are.
So I'm on
Oh, dude.
12.
Those next like 4 episodes.
Good.
Oh. Aaron.
Oh, I just looked at episode titles. Episode 14 is called Savagery.
Oh, did you like the Warhammer?
Yeah, Warhammer was cool.
That's a dope title.
It looks sick. So does he can just make shit now from hardening? It's pretty cool.
That's insane.
Cool. I thought he was gonna eat the Jaw Titan too.
Tried.
Yeah,
Couldn't get it. Jaw Titan's scary.
it is. Quadruped's still fucking freaky looking.
All the tiny ones are the worst Titans to look at.
Yeah.
They just look horrifying.
Yeah. So I have seen all of them now. 'Cause
No,
technically,
I haven't
Aaron-
even. I still have one.
Yeah, but Aaron is the founder, the founding Titan.
Yeah. I think Sean. I think Sean told me that there's one more
Okay,
that's in like the manga or something. I don't know.
gotcha.
But oh no, you have. I have seen him. I got a very short shot of him,
Okay.
and he's in the trailer for the newest part. Oh God. Yeah, things are not going to go well.
Big scary one.
Big, very large.
Okay.
But back to Succession, and that's ending too this year.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the biggest anime. Not maybe not the biggest. Biggest in the United States.
I'd say probably biggest worldwide.
Do you know how big One Piece is?
One Piece is huge, but I feel like it hasn't reached Western audiences like Attack on Titan has.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I think it's the biggest in the U.S., but not overseas. Like, dude.
Yeah, but I meant
show's
like
really long.
worldwide,
Yeah, I guess
including
worldwide.
everyone. It might have to be. So
Attack on Titan gets views.
Attack on Titan it's very good. It's very good.
It is very
It's
good.
very much like what the fuck is happening, and then two seasons later, you're like, oh, okay.
Oh, before we get back into seven, what about Reiner's story? Have you went in him at all? Like, is there any episodes about him yet? Like, did you see the shot you were that you saw with the musk in his mouth,
Oh yeah, I saw that.
and then he throws himself off,
Yeah,
but he knows it won't do anything. Like, he'll just be in pain from it.
he's
struggling in life.
he's having a rough go.
I love Falco.
No, I saw his backstory
That's a good
where he
episode.
was a kid and he's
Sad.
going through it. Yeah, I still don't like him because
I love him.
I don't agree with him. Like
He's not doing it. He's just protecting people at this point.
at this point, but he was
A savage.
yeah. Because even Annie and Berthel were like, we don't want to do this anymore, and he was like,
He must complete the mission.
yeah,
He's like, you don't want to? Sure about that? Have you seen what I can do?
yeah.
I'm just a big rock. But back into Succession. I know all of our anime fans were excited about that little conversation. We will be reviewing the newest season on here.
The newest part of season 4.
Yeah, the final part.
What is this? Part 3?
Season 4, part 3, the final chapter.
Okay.
Comes out in October.
Yeah.
I want to know, unless it came out, I want the hour-long special that came out like 2 months ago to come dubbed. They put out like an hour-long episode.
Yeah. That's just on us, though. We just can't read that fast.
No, I've watched other anime in sub, but I started this in dub, and I want to finish in dub.
Yeah.
I don't want to change my whole viewpoint on
Yeah,
this.
you don't want to change like the voice actors and stuff.
And the real voice actors, like from the sub, they're great. No, all the credit to them.
Yeah.
But back in the Succession, so in the first 2 episodes, it's just the kids against Logan, and we're getting ready for Connor's wedding. And finally, Connor's wedding comes. Logan's not showing up.
Yeah.
Roman fires
Jerry.
And Jerry's like, huh? Okay. Remember the pictures I have on my phone? And all of a sudden, Tom calls Kendall.
Yeah.
Roman, and now Logan's collapsed on a plane.
It is a great episode.
And it's just chaos ensues.
Yeah.
People are trying to figure out what's going on. And again, like what you said, it's the best episodes when they're all together.
Yep.
And this episode was insane. It was like, it was so stressful to watch. And it was sad because it was the first time these characters felt human to me.
Yeah, especially Roman. It was the first time you see him like
sad,
emotional, truly emotional.
And it just watching how they have to act, and they forget to grab Connor to let him say goodbye.
Yeah,
finding Shiv was so stressful because
Mhm.
like you hear nothing; it's just him walking. Kendall's going to find her, and Tom's incredible in the episode, telling them what's going on.
Yeah,
it's just crazy. It's just a nuts episode. Yeah, and the whole time you wanted to watch it with me to see my reaction.
Yeah,
and the whole time I was like, he's not dead. Like, there's no way.
Yeah.
And then finally they threw the cover over him. Like, you don't even, it's not on him. It's from behind. Tom's talking behind you, see it happening.
Yeah.
And I was like,
oh, he's gone.
I was like, he's actually dead.
Yeah.
And then you figure out that they have to figure everything out now before the market opens back up.
Yep.
Like, it's just chaotic and it's beautiful. It's just so well done. I mean, Mark Malloy, he's just insanely good at his job.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was a great episode, but I think still 5, or maybe it was 6.
No, when he snaps, it's 5.
Is it?
Yeah, because the picture for it is when they're standing on the mountain.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I don't know. Just those episodes where they go on the retreat with the Gojo people. I think that was my favorite part of the season. Because everything, you just had to pay attention, because everything somebody said was just like
very important.
Shit. Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying Kill List could be the best episode. All of them could have been the best episode. The whole season is incredible. I am so excited. I just want to see my dad watch it because I kind of just want to watch it again.
Yeah.
like, and I can just skip around like whatever. I'm like, what episode are you on? Season 2, episode 9. I think it's called DC. I will drop whatever I'm doing and watch. I mean, it's because I think it's Jeremy Strong's best moment in the show
Yeah.
when he gives that speech like defending his dad. It's just so goddamn good.
Yeah. Another thing this show does well, like with Kill List, like the title of the episode is, it's not really affecting the kids as much as it is affecting the side characters. So it's like the A plot is the kids trying to make the deal with Gojo and Skarsgård and all that going on. And then the B plot is the Kill List. And it's all the side characters figuring out if they're going to be, air quotes, killed, fired, or not. It's just so entertaining having one story to focus on, and you're like, oh god, this is very businessy, and then you get the more personal side of it where it's still business, yeah.
And with the
but
characters you care for emotionally is the ones that you're worried about.
yeah,
While you want to focus on the main kids, like
Yeah.
the trio, but at the same time, you could care less what happens to them,
yeah,
like as people, because they're not good.
yeah.
they're
But then
bad
you
people.
have the more like almost
The Tom,
the more human feeling character, the
Yeah.
people that you feel like you could be, where you have like Frank and Carl and Jerry, who are fairly normal people. They're just working for this company, and they're like, oh shit, I might get fired.
yeah. Greg, you're
Stressful.
like, please don't let Greg get fired.
Yeah.
I love Greg.
hmm
I'm so happy he wins still,
He did somehow win.
and he was Icarusing it the entire show.
Yeah.
He was seeing how close he could get.
He really almost messed it up at the end, but I think Tom was
then
just like,
I think Tom kind of respected it.
I think so too. I think he was like, you've been with me for so long, and I respect that hustle of you choose the winner. And
Because he could still probably screw Tom over with some violent stuff, some workplace violence.
it's possible.
Flips his desk, destroys his whole office.
Yeah.
And he could get him fired. He could ruin Tom a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Tom is the true winner of this show.
Tom won. Shiv won
I mean,
too.
Skarsgård won too.
Yeah. I think the only people who really didn't win,
It's really only Kendall.
it's really only Kendall.
Because
Because I think
Roman, we both said maybe this was kind of what he wanted.
I think Roman was just, I think if he kept Waystar, he would have been fine. But I think having Gojo, getting rid of Gojo for him, not Gojo, Waystar for him, was just him finally being able to just relax, and him being able to
Go back to what he was so used to, just being like a playboy,
exactly,
rich asshole.
like he was the one of the kids that was the least business oriented. It wasn't what he loved. So I think getting rid of it was just a weight off his shoulder of being like, all right, my dad is gone, and now that he's accepted that, he's able to say like, okay, it was his company, it's not my company, it's fine if it goes. Kendall is the only one who
He lost.
he truly lost, because he needed to be, it was CEO or bust.
I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of sad when he started saying that. He's like,
Yeah.
"This is all I know how to do."
Yeah, like this is
mean,
all I have.
He's gonna be fine. He could make another company. The
Yeah, I mean,
dude's got.
they all got a payout. They're gonna be fine.
Yeah, they're getting a
Yeah.
nice sum. What is it? What's the number that they end up?
Oh, I don't even remember.
370 billion.
It's crazy. They're all gonna get paid fine. Kendall's probably gonna start up some other company,
Like another
and-
firm.
Yeah, he's still gonna be a CEO, just not of Waystar.
Not the business as dad.
Yeah,
And I like the line when he says in the finale, he's like, "Dad promised that to me when I was 7 years old." He's
Yeah.
like, "Why would he do that?" Like,
Mhm.
because that is a bad thing. Because then that whole rest of your life, you
he
think that-
promised it to all of them.
Yeah, Logan was just a villain. I think he was like Joker. He just wanted to see the world burn.
Yeah, he was just a selfish old man who just,
Great businessman.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, America Decides. What a
that episode was
scary
crazy.
episode.
Yeah,
I think Carl though did have one of my favorite lines of the entire show was in the finale though.
Mhm.
It's when he's watching Tom walk up to take over, and he's like, It's like, good for him. He's like, golden parachute. Frank says golden parachute to him. He's like, I don't know. One more ride? And he's like,
Mhm.
What? He's like, we should have killed him as a toddler, like Sliz. So he's like, yeah, no, you're for sure. He's like,
Yeah.
one more ride. And like just showing that like even when they're at the end and like they could get out and like they would get so much money.
Yeah.
The greed that they know they can make so much more if they stay.
I don't even think it's greed for them. I think it's just they
think it's
want to keep
greed.
working. I mean, I'm sure they want to make a shit ton of
Do you know how
money.
much money they're probably gonna?
Yeah, exactly. But I think they still want to work. Like when you, it's like how people retire and they get retirement jobs where they'll just work in like a garden or something,
My
just
dad.
something to keep up the time. Yeah, it happens all the time where it's like you've been working for so long, you can't just stop all of a sudden. It doesn't matter
Yeah.
how much money you have. You need to just have something to take up your
Because you know
time.
you'll be bored. And
Yeah, exactly. So I think for them, being as old as they are and being as experienced, it's like they need to stick around. They need to have something to do. They need to make sure this runs smoothly. They need to shadow everybody so they know what they're doing. It means a lot to them. And then you have Tom talking to Greg, and he's like, "Those two are done."
and Jerry says
Yeah.
says all the old heads.
hmm
It's just
The old guard.
yeah, and Colin kind of lost.
Yeah. Yeah. He was like, "I'll go with you, Kendall."
He's like, you're gonna pay me a lot of money to just walk around with you.
Yeah.
I did love Colin.
Yeah. He didn't say like really anything. He was just kind of he was always there walking.
Yeah.
He was kind of somebody said this, I forget who also, but somebody said that he was pretty much Logan's only friend.
Yeah, that's what
Which
they
makes
said.
sense because he was always with him. He's the only person he could actually talk to. Because you see it in the season how when it may have been like episode 1 or something, they just go out for dinner.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
And then you see Colin crying at the funeral.
Yeah.
So it was like his friend.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe it's like a forced friendship, but it was still a friendship nonetheless.
I mean that happens.
Yeah.
Like
It's like
you
me,
make
yeah.
friends with your boss.
Oh.
Yeah.
You're like
Yeah.
No, it's just it's gonna be really hard for a show in 4 seasons to make a punch into like TV show rankings as hard as Succession did.
Yeah.
Because I mean, right away, people were like, "This is special. Like this
Mhm.
is something." Like
You gotta watch this show.
yeah, like Adam McKay, especially when people were like Adam McKay's directing the first episode.
Yeah.
Like this dude's like, I'm gonna come in here and I'm gonna slam the door, kick the door open, and he did. I mean, right from the start, I was like, okay, I'm sold. Like this is gonna be fun.
Yep.
Yep. So I mean, two of the biggest shows that in the last 4 years that would all both Emmy nominated shows. I mean, Ted Lasso Emmy nominated, won some Emmys. This is just a rough year for television. Like it's a lot of the biggest shows are just ending.
I mean, I don't even know. You can't really say it's a rough year because, yeah, all of the biggest shows are ending.
Yeah,
but
not rough. Maybe that's the wrong.
all.
A
But at the
sad
same
show.
time, all of the biggest shows are coming out in the same year.
Yeah, like
So,
the biggest, like the final parts of all these
Yeah,
biggest shows.
there's so much.
It was
to
a great
watch.
year so far for television. Because what?
Yeah.
Was The Last of Us this year? Yeah, it was like January.
Yeah, I think it was January.
Yeah. So I mean, yeah, it was this year, and I mean, yeah, it's insane how good HBO's gotten.
Yeah.
Because they're smart. They just let the directors or produce, like they let the showrunners run the show. Like there's
Mhm.
no studio interference. Like, oh, maybe you can't do that.
Yeah.
I mean, they literally just put out softcore porn. So
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the thing about HBO shows is that they all have different feel. Like we're saying about Barry, you can just say like that shot's from Barry or Game of Thrones. That looks like Game of Thrones. It's that world has a feel. Westeros has a feel to it. That's what HBO does so well is giving the budget to say like make the show how you want it, but make it
different, and-
unique.
yeah, make it your own.
Every show is unique. You go, that's that show. It's not like this is another just ABC cable show where you're like, is this,
They all feel the same.
police drama A or B or C? Like they all feel the same. Every HBO show feels different in some way or another.
Yeah. Damn. What a great show.
Yeah.
Is there anything else you want to add?
No, I mean I think both of these shows are just
Oh, I have a
amazing.
question for you before. Sorry.
Okay.
If you were to pick who's taking home best actor in the drama and who's taking home best supporting actor in the drama for Succession?
For Succession.
Mhm.
I think it'll go best actor Jeremy Strong, best supporting. I think Culkin gets it over McFadden.
I was gonna say,
This
do you
year.
think Culkin? I was thinking maybe Culkin gets put in best just actor.
If Culkin gets Best Actor, I think he might beat out Jeremy Strong.
Because I feel like this was McFadden and Culkin's years.
Yeah.
Like this was their season to like. You want to see how
Yeah.
good these two can be?
Yeah. It really depends on where they put him, whether it's actor or supporting actor.
That would be that's a fun battle though between the two of them.
Yeah. And for actress, I mean, Sarah Snook might get it too.
I mean, yeah,
great
she
this
was
season.
great.
Yeah.
It's just I didn't like the character because she was just an asshole.
Yeah.
But hey, that's exactly who they were meant to be.
Yeah, that's the point. And apparently, she's the most different from her character in real life. Apparently, she's really nice.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard that.
I didn't know Tom McFadden. Michael McFadden. Is it Michael McFadden? Matthew McFadden. I didn't know he wasn't from the U.S.
No, his accent's perfect.
Yeah.
Same with Sarah Snook.
Really?
I think she's Irish or something.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Good job.
Her accent, you can hear. If you listen, you can hear like little bits where like, okay, that's.
I was just took it like maybe it's like something the mom rubbing off on them.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah.
Brian Cox. I do not want to meet him in real life. He would scare me. He's just dude. How much money do you think he makes off that McDonald's ads?
Oh, he's gonna make so much.
Like that's
even that he's doing. Well, he's doing like TV ads, not like cable provider ads.
Is he?
I think for something.
God.
I forget. He's got to be.
He doesn't have like charisma though.
He's just playing Logan Roy.
Yeah.
Like it's just Logan, and he's like, "Why are you watching this? You could be watching this." Like
It's just Succession.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. No, I have nothing more to add. I mean, it's in my. I would say top 10 at the moment. It might end up being my top 5. It's definitely my top 10 shows of all time.
Yeah, I forget where I put it. I think it was on my top 10 list when we did that. If I watched it at that point, which I think I did, but I can try to double check.
Joan, so don't try phone if you came on me.
Oh no, wasn't even on my list. Maybe I didn't watch it yet. Huh?
You hadn't watched it yet?
I must not have, because I can't imagine it wouldn't be on my list over like. Yeah, over like Daredevil, I put it 10. Which great show, but
It's not Succession.
Succession's better than that.
Yeah, I didn't watch it either.
Huh?
I kind of want to pull that up.
August 9th, 2020.
Ooh, I'm seeing Zach Bryan in a couple hours. Woo.
Yeah, no, I hadn't watched it yet because I started it first semester this year.
Oh, really?
So yeah,
Best TV shows ever. Yeah, I would definitely put it over Peaky Blinders.
yeah, I think so too.
Stranger Things, Daredevil. I forgot I put Breaking Bad on here, but just as like, I even said during the episode, I was like, I don't think it's as good as this, but I have to do it
Objectively,
Objectively,
it is a
it's
great
considered
show.
one of the best
Yeah.
shows. It's over The Boys too, so I mean, it's automatically. It's probably at like number 6.
Yeah.
No, I guess if you move Breaking Bad back to where I actually think it would be, it'd be my top 5. Because number 1, Game of Thrones, 2, Band of Brothers, 3 is season 1, True Detectives, Breaking Bad. I guess not Breaking Bad. No, I guess it's number 4 because I think I'd put it over Sons too. Sons has longevity. Succession has acclaim.
Yeah.
But,
Succession's the definition of quality over quantity. Like 4 seasons is like
for sure.
Definitely could have done more, but just boom, just finished it.
4 seasons of even a show at its weakest season is still like a 90.
Yeah.
When season 4 is like almost 100. Like
Yeah.
It's almost perfect.
Yeah.
When I don't think there's True Detectives is very close to being perfect. Band of Brothers is very close to being perfect. Game of Thrones, certain seasons are very close to being perfect. Is it season 3 or is it 4? The Courtroom. Game of Thrones.
4.
Yeah, that's like a 97.
That's my favorite season.
It's one of the.
I think my favorite season of TV.
That's an
Period.
episode we should do. Best seasons of television.
Hmm.
That'd be a good one.
Yeah.
We'd have to like think of them and actually read up on our seasons.
Yeah. Season 4 Peaky Blinders would be up there for sure.
That's Adrian Brody, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best season of the show.
It is. A lot of people don't think that though.
Especially for a show that had such a rough ending.
Yeah, I really didn't like season 6.
The more I think about it over time, I listened to that episode recently.
Mhm.
I was talking about, we were very generous.
Are we?
Yeah. We're like, it's not that bad. It's pretty good.
Yeah.
And then once I thought about it more and more, the way they used Michael was just such a waste.
Michael is just wasted. But yeah, I mean, it's Peaky Blinders. Like, it's well production wise, well made. It's just what happens, and I think it's because Helen McCrory was just she would have been so important.
Yeah, and you
Like,
had to,
she always was,
rewrite
and
things
Polly
around it.
was and Polly was right there. She was always important. I think losing her was just a huge hit to the show.
Yeah. Well, moving on from Succession, Ryan, what is your recommendation of the week before we get out of here?
That's hilarious. Attack on Titan.
I was gonna say
I have to
it's
say it. I've watched almost the entire show in a week, so I've just been watching it nonstop, and it's very, very good. This is my first anime that I've watched, so I was very skeptical. I'm like, I've seen it before. I don't like the art style very much, but so I just gave this one a chance, and it's if you
Oh, do you like the new art style? Do you like the new style?
I haven't really noticed it.
You haven't?
No.
It's a lot more like like the very CGI shots in the earlier season.
Yeah.
It's like Titans walking.
No,
There's more stuff like that in season 4.
Yeah, I've noticed it a little bit, but nothing crazy.
And like their character designs are a little different.
Yeah, and they're also grown
They're
up
older
too.
now.
Yeah. No, I think Attack on Titan. If you don't like the look of anime,
It's
this
definitely
one-
the easiest one to swallow.
it's more like it's closer to like American cartoons.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's not a cartoon.
it's not a
It's
cartoon.
more like American animation.
It is a cartoon, but
It's not a cartoon.
I don't know the difference, but it's fine.
I'm gonna recommend a show that I've mentioned a couple times today, which is Sons of Anarchy. It is on Hulu. It's on Amazon Prime. I think Jax Teller is one of the coolest characters in TV. And if you just want to see a tragedy, that's what that show is. It's just sad. It's sad. It's action packed. If you're into motorcycles, there's some dope bikes throughout it. And I just mean every character in that show is so good. And it's truly one of the only shows that I think every season is better than the last season. And I think the last season is the best season.
Hmm.
And I think the finale is one of my favorite episodes.
Gotcha.
So, Sons of Anarchy.
It was a hell of a pitch.
Was
If
it?
you want to watch the show, it's sad. It's not fun.
Barry's fun the first 2 days. It just gets
Yeah.
depressing.
3 and 4, you're like, oh god damn it.
Half the shows on here aren't fun. Game of Thrones is depressing. Band of Brothers, depressing. True
Yeah.
Detectives, depressing. Breaking Bad, depressing. Sons of Anarchy, depressing. Barry gets very depressing. Daredevil at parts gets very sad. Stranger Things, depressing. Peaky
Stranger
Blinders.
Things isn't always depressing.
No, but the end. That last 2 episodes,
The end was rough.
it was rough.
Yeah.
Peaky Blinders, depressing how it just falls
Peaky
off.
Blinders, yeah. God damn it.
The Boys really isn't depressing. Boys are just pretty much fun.
Yeah.
I can't think of many sad scenes in The Boys.
Mm-hmm.
I have a feeling there's gonna be some in the newest season though.
Yeah.
There's a lot they gotta do.
Who was it that said? I think it was Anthony Starr said this
It's
is
the
like,
weirdest thing of his acting career.
Yeah.
I have a feeling I know what it is. If it's going off the graphic novels.
Just say comics.
Okay,
There's
well,
nothing wrong with that.
everyone, this is the end of episode 99 of the Popcorn Podcast. Next week will be episode 100. I know we have some things planned that Ryan doesn't know about yet.
Great.
So
This never
when I
goes
shoot him
right.
with a paintball gun, everyone be ready. 100 times in the back.
When are we going, people?
Oh, I meant to actually bring that up to you. Might go Sunday.
I'd love to go.
Okay, great. I meant to text you about that actually. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. We are very grateful and very excited to have done 99 episodes of the show. And yeah, Ryan, of course, you always get to say the last thing before I hit stop recording. So what do you want to say to everyone? Oh, wait, before I do that,
Oh.
I'm sorry. I forgot to do the thing. Make sure to continue liking and sharing the podcast. Make sure to continue listening. Share with everyone you know. We are on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, Anchor, everything, Zencaster. Find us anywhere. We're on Instagram. We're on TikTok. You can watch Ryan have an epic lightsaber battle on TikTok right now.
Yes.
We are on YouTube. We are on everything. We love you guys. We are very grateful, as I already said. And yeah, next week, episode number 100. So
Yeah, I was just gonna say I don't think I've heard you burp once this whole
Didn't?
episode. Impressive.
I don't think I've drank anything today.
Yeah.
Not a good thing. I think I'm kind of dehydrated, actually.
All right. See ya.
Thank you, Past Tommy, for that amazing intro. But before we get going, guys, we just want to give a quick shout out to our sponsor, BetterHelp. Getting to know yourself can be a lifelong process, especially because we're always growing and changing. From the time I was 22, which I am now, to the time I was 10, I've changed a lot. I used to be a very friendly, outgoing person. Even Ryan can vouch for this now. I'm not as friendly to some people, but I'm still need to change some things, and that's why I went to therapy to learn why I acted the way I did and why I changed over time. But therapy is all about deepening your self awareness and understanding, because sometimes we don't know what we want or why we react the way we did, like I would, until we talk through things. BetterHelp connects you with a licensed therapist who can take you on the journey of self discovery from wherever you are. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online, designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists anytime for no additional charge. Discover your potential with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/popcornpod today to get 10% off your first month. Again, that is BetterHelp, HELP.com/popcornpod, POPCORN pod. Again, thank you guys, and thank BetterHelp for sponsoring the show. And thank you guys for still tuning in every week and listening to whatever me and Ryan have to say. And we will see you all next week.